Hello, hello, hello. It's peacefully quiet this time around. If you guys were on my earlier broadcast, you probably heard all of the banging and it sounds like my roof was coming off. Well, it was because it is. We have the guys here replacing the roof today. Had some damage, I guess, storm damage. And so the roof is getting replaced. Yay. But it's been very distracting and loud. I expected some noise, but I didn't expect it to be so bad. But the good news is, and I'm going to try to talk quick because I think they're on lunch break. So there's no banging, and it's like, whew, nice and quiet. So as you guys are coming in, just give me a shout out. Where in the world are you today? And how is everybody doing? I have been really trying very intentionally to reach out to people, and have connection, hashtag stay connected during all of this, uncertainty and fear. I know it's probably been a little crazy for you guys. So you can't hear me. Is that true? Just making sure that you guys can see and hear me. Because Deborah said she can't hear. Just give me a quick shout out if I see Paula's here from Laurel, Maryland. Hey, Paul, I'm so glad to see you. I really appreciate the time you spend with me. We've got Bill in Louisville. We've got Jennifer from, hang on, Jennifer, I hit the wrong button. Jennifer, okay, Jennifer says she can hear, good. And then Patty says she can hear, okay, good. All right. I'm just glad you can hear and you don't have to listen to all of the beating and the banging. Okay, today I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart and something that I'm doing in an effort to help as we're all, many of us are homebound right now and potentially trying to learn new things or potentially struggling with things that are out of our control. If you're a service-based business, you may be struggling with losing clients right now. That's a pretty common thing. So I'm here to show up in a way that will hopefully give you some ideas. And if you decide that this is going to be something that you want to learn how to do, hopefully you'll take me up on my offer to teach it to you. So I'm going to give you the rundown and let you know the possibilities, paint the possibles for you, and we'll go from there. How's that sound? I'm so excited to see all of you guys. So we got Melanie from Nag's Head. Good. I'm glad you figured out how to, I know sometimes you forget you turn your volume down, right? All right, so let me pull up my screen here. Oops. All right, there we go. So my intent today is to paint the picture of how you can turn a simple PDF into a profit machine. And I'm going to share some of my own personal experiences as well as others that I'm seeing in the space. And I would bet you that you've probably seen them in your feed as well, in your news feeds in particular. I bet you've seen these, what I call, mini offers and they're flying off the shelves. That's what I want to share with you today is the possibilities and the potential that this could have for you and your business. Okay, so this is the gig. This is a huge opportunity right now. So now I want you to keep this in mind that the whole e-course knowledge space, for lack of a better way of explaining it, that industry is predicted to be around 325 billion by 2025. That's a lot of dollars. But this is even more critical in this time that we're in right now, which is the corona, you'll call it the corona time, right? Which is where there's a lot of people that are forced into their homes. There's a lot of people consuming content right now. There's a lot of people who are trying to up-level their knowledge right now. There's a lot of people who are trying to fill time, and knowledge is power. On both sides of the equation. Knowledge is power for people who have it and can sell it. Knowledge is powerful for people who are trying to learn something because through that knowledge, they can, they can do bigger things, right? So, hey, Sharon, good to see you. I'm doing great, and I hope you are as well. So the point of it is that this number is going to skyrocket, guys. So this is why it's even more fascinating to me. A lot of corporations, a lot of corporate spaces, a lot of places, not just corporate spaces, but a lot of places that have traditionally done business in a physical setting are now having to learn how to share in the digital space. So this is going to grow. That genie is not going to go back into the bottle. This opportunity is absolutely rich right now, and I think we need to be paying attention to this opportunity. But here's the problem, and it is a problem for most, is the fact that you might have loads of ideas, but maybe you don't understand how all the pieces are put together, right? So if you're trying to put a course together, or maybe you've taken a course on how to do a course, but you come out on the other side and you don't have a course, right? You're like, because it's a lot. There's a lot of pieces and parts that go into this. Or you might create some stuff, but nobody buys it, which is, that's even worse, right? And, another thing that is really prevalent, and I hear this a lot, is the tech pieces just are overwhelming and you think it's too complicated for you to do. And that's why I think the whole concept of the PDF is doable for absolutely anyone, and why you're seeing a lot of people create these small nuggets of information and sell them, because they can do them and they're putting them out there and they're pumping them out there. So the point of it is yes, there is another way. And I do call them mini offers. And I've been doing mini offers forever. So what's a mini offer? It could be an ebook, worksheets, a calendar, a toolkit. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of ideas here for you. You can take a screenshot real quick. This is just like the tip of the iceberg, though. There are so many others. I think I have a list of upwards to 100 to 125 different content ideas that you can leverage in a PDF format so that you can sell them. And so this is just a few ideas. But here's the key to all of these. Regardless of what kind of mini offer you're going to put together, they should be irresistible, and they should solve one problem, guys. One problem. You're not trying to do a brain dump, and it's not like a real full-fledged course. You're trying to take one little nugget and share that one little nugget. So it's one problem, not 50, not even 10, one core thing. And then you need to have a coolio name, a tagline, and a promise transformation. And I think that there's a lot of, I want to address this real quick. Because it's a little bit of Dana's asking, does it seem insensitive to be selling at all right now? Just trying to get a feel on this. I personally think that we're doing a disservice to our communities if we don't show up and feel a need. That's what I'm doing right now today, because I see so many people struggling financially. And, if I don't show up and give value to my community in a way that drives a result for them, then shame on me. And then there's the other side of it, is if I don't show up and give value to my community in a way that I can monetize my business, then I'm going to have to lay people off. I'm going to have to, and the flip side of that is people are online today. They're spending money, whether they're spending it with you or someone else. So no, I don't think it's insensitive. I do believe that you can do this authentically. Come at it from a place of genuine need and feel that need, and still monetize your business. Now, you may want to, cut prices from what you would normally share or normally charge, but there's absolutely a need. And if we're not feeling it, guys, then they'll spend their money with someone else. So anyway, I wanted to touch on that real quick because I think it's important. I've heard so many people talk about it. For me, I am doubling down on how I can show up and give value. I'm doing a lot more lives. I'm creating content that I think my community needs. I'm doing it messy right now. just because it needs to get out. These are things that people need. And so going back to the second thing that your mini offer needs, it does need a cool name. It needs a tagline and a promise transformation. And I would also like to talk about this just for a second, because I think a lot of people focus in on trying to create something for their ideal client. I would like to challenge that thought process and maybe get you to start thinking about it from the perception of how do you showcase a transformation? What is it that people want? And if people want that, then they're going to self-select in. Right? So the transformation is super important. If I can say to somebody, I'm going to help you, make more money today, and you want to make more money today, you're going to be like, yeah, I need that. So you're going to raise your hand. Right? So I think that that's important to think of it slightly differently in the context of, transformation when it comes to choosing that for your little, your mini offer, as I call them. And looking good is half the battle. I mean, if your content, you can put stuff out there. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially the first iteration of it, but you do want to look good, because it's just like going to a website. How many of you guys have ever been to a website and like 2 minutes, you're like, or not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 max, and you're just totally turned off by the way it looks. It's the same way with the content that we put out there into the world. So I think the third thing, the really and critical piece of it, it does need to look good. Obviously, it needs to be value-based, but I think that's a given, right? But the core of this is, how do you do this quickly and easily? And, I think this is another real struggle for so many entrepreneurs today. And particularly now that we are, we have more time. So we're creating a lot of busy work for ourselves. And the busy work really keeps us paralyzed, because it's not always income generating. So my hope is, through the course of what I'm sharing with you today and the opportunity, that you will not only understand that it doesn't take a whole lot of time and effort to create an offer that people are going to snap up, but you can stop doing all the busy work. You can focus on income generating things. And guys, this has been my biggest struggle. I'll just own it. Perfection has been an enemy in my world. I am a perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Sometimes I just have to say, okay, good enough is good enough. And perfection is the enemy of good enough, in fact. So the interesting part about mini offers is that they are snippets, they're snackable content. And, if you can fill those 3 things that I just talked about, then you got to release it into the world and then see what happens. And when you put it out into the world and people are like, they get value from it, or, hey, it'd be really great if it had this, or if it had that, or you want to make it prettier, or whatever the case is, iterations can happen after that. But don't get so wrapped up in the perfection of it that you don't get it out into the world. So again, perfection is the enemy of good enough. And I have a solution for you guys. I really feel like that these mini offers that are absolutely irresistible to your prospects is the answer for us. Let me turn my volume down on my phone. It's distracting me, and I'm just loving this quietness right now. So that there's not hammering going on in the backdrop. I have been creating mini offers for years now. I do have an inner circle where for years I've been doing what I call mini courses. And sometimes, in all fairness to my perfectionism, those mini courses are not mini. They're almost full-fledged courses. So I've really had to pull back in some cases. But here's an example of something that I created from something I already had. We had a bunch of, we do have a bunch of customer care emails that we we had just put together, wrote, slaved over. I mean, it's taken us years to develop all of these customer care scripts or customer care responses for different scenarios and different situations. And we were like, I wonder if other people would get value out of this. So we packaged them up, we put them into a PDF, and we have created multiple 5 figures in sales with something we already had. Now, did we labor over it? Yeah, initially, because we had to put all that stuff together. But I bet you there are things in your business right now that you already have that you could package and put into a PDF format that you could sell. Wow, think about that for a second, right? And wouldn't it be nice if you woke up every day and you had like these just sales that were coming into your PayPal account, $27, $37, $47, and it just happened on autopilot? Wouldn't that be pretty awesome? Who wouldn't want that, right? So I'm going to share with you real quick, putting this together for you in this time of uncertainty and hopefully transitioning you from a place of service-based reliance to things that you can sell at will so that you can have info products or an introductory offer and put it together very quickly and easily. So I have created something called the PDF to Profit. And nope, it's not more endless videos to watch and go it alone. It is not a bunch of worksheets to fill out and hope that you figure it out again on your own. And it is not uber techy. Anyone can create a PDF document, right? And that's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to take away all of the objections that a lot of us have gone through or experienced through the course of trying to put an info product out into the world. So my thing is, it's not any of these. And my hope is that it'll actually, empower you to deliver something in 7 days. So 7 days of live hands-on workshops with me and my team, primarily me. But if there is an instance where, my team needs to share something that they do instead of something I do, we'll definitely pull them in. We'll have them, of course, on hand at any given point in time, so you can ask questions and things of that nature. But this is the way it'll work from a standpoint of a day-to-day workflow, if you will, or what's in it, if you will. The first day, I'm going to really dig into the PDF to profit formula, because there is a formula for this. There is a way for you to not only learn the formula, but to duplicate it over and over again. Because once you've done it once, you can do just that. You can do it over and over again. Day 2, we're going to define what the offer is, and we're going to name it, because remember I said you had to have a coolio name. So we're going to work on naming your offer. Day 3, we're going to plan out your offer. What does it look like? Is it something you already have? Do you have to create it? Day 4, we're going to create your offer. And then day 5, we're going to make it pretty because it needs to look good. And day 6, we're going to talk about how you market it. I will say this, I focus primarily on free ways to market, but we will also address paid ways to market your mini offer as well, or your PDF to profit offer. And then we're going to talk about results and what you should expect and what it looks like and how to measure your results. And most importantly, how to evaluate and come out perhaps with iteration number 2, because the goal of this is to get it out into the world and then see what comes of it. Do you need to make it better? Is it good enough? Do you need to make it prettier? Do you need to augment it in some ways? So we'll take a look at the results, and that's going to be the formula, or the structure of the challenge that we're going to be doing and working on. Obviously, we'll do checklists and maybe even a worksheet or two. And the worksheets are not endless. They are to help guide you through the process. I don't want you spending a bunch of time creating more or doing more stuff. I want you to really focus in on getting done, getting your new PDF out into the world. So we are also going to do a Facebook group. So all the content will be in the Facebook group, and you'll have support in there with others that are just like you, who are trying to create something very quickly that they can turn into a profit stream or an income stream for them. And you'll finally, and this is the best part, you're going to finally get your custom mini digital product done. That is the goal of these 7 days. The challenge is just that inside of 7 days, you're going to have a mini digital product that you can sell. And get your PayPal dinging each and every day so that you're getting revenue coming in the door, and you're not reliant on the next customer or the next client. Maybe it's better said. When we are service-based businesses, things happen in the world like Corona, right? Or, things happen in their businesses and they pull back. So we need to be focused on how we can leverage the power of our knowledge in ways that we can monetize it. And if you are interested in that, then I definitely hope you'll take a look at this, because one, I'm super passionate about this, stopping trading our time for money and leveraging our knowledge. But at the end of the day, you're probably saying, does this work? So let me give you a couple of examples. I've shared my own personal story about how I've done many courses and many offers for years, but I wanted to give you a couple of other stories. Some of you may know Angie Gangsler. She has a social media content calendar. It's 12 months and it's ideas. She's broke it down by month, and she has a 7-figure business. And this is $48. So it's not huge. And it isn't, she does deliver it incidentally in a couple of different formats. But one of them is a PDF. And I think honestly, she probably started out with a PDF, and she has evolved her offer as she has grown into this offer. Oops, sorry about that. Let me get my mouse back over here. It's moving around on me. Ali Bajurk, I think I'm saying that incorrectly. I think the J in this is silent. But Ali created over $350,000 in 6 months with a $27 offer, guys. She has a great little product, 365 days of live stream ideas. She actually inspired me to create my own 365 days of live stream ideas. We haven't released it into the world, but we plan to in the near future. And $27, guys. And she's made over $350,000 with one small offer. The interesting part about Ali is that she's very upfront. She does not claim to have banked all of this. When she started, because she had no list or very small list, so she started with a very small Facebook ads budget, $30. And her thinking was, if she could just sell one a day, then she would have covered her $30, right? Her $30 ad spend. So think about that, guys. And that's really what I want you to think about going forward is if you could sell like just a few a day, right? 27 here, 37 there. Maybe you are charging 47. But the point of it is that they add up. And like I say, I think she has created a great little business for herself. And now she teaches others, by the way, how to create mini offers for like $1,900. Yeah, $1,900. So she's evolved is my point. But I literally, when I was putting this presentation together, I scrolled down through my Facebook profile and I just took some snapshots of things that were showing up in my feed. Here's one, unlock 800 story ideas for businesses. Here's Canva templates. Another, my friend Lindsay Padilla has a social media calendar that's for launches. So all of these are in the range of $27 to $47. And guess what? They're working for all of them. So the point of this is that it's not just me that's doing this and understanding the value of these mini offers. It's a lot of people, and everybody can do this. That's the beautiful part about it. Not everyone can, say, I'm going to build a course, and it's because it takes time and effort and knowledge. And you can do it. Absolutely. but how long is that going to take you? Whereas if you just focus on the first piece of it, which is like your introductory offer, or a mini offer, if you will, anybody can do this. And that's why I'm so excited about sharing it with you guys, because like I say, everybody can do this. So as I was sharing with you before, Allie is selling her course, which teaches people how to create mini offers, for $1,997. I am not going to charge that much, obviously. Yeah, this is just $77, guys. And my intention, honestly, around this is just to get as many people creating their own mini offers as possible, as quickly as possible. And that's why I'm putting it out into the world. Definitely, if this is something that you feel would be of interest to you, check it out. It's kimgarst.com/PDF to profit. And I'm just going to put that on the screen too, so you guys will see that. And the point of it, again, is so that you can have that money coming in consistently and not be reliant on a customer base. We're going to get started on Thursday, March 26th. And that'll be the first day of class, if you will. First day, we'll talk about the profit formula, or the PDF to profit formula, and then we'll go through the days like I laid out previously. So again, check it out at kimgarst.com/PDF to profit. It's a 7-day series of workshops, some checklists, some worksheets, and a lot of direct access to me and my team, because our goal is to get you busting some moves and getting your PDF to profits out into the world, so that you can start generating some revenue. All right. So again, just $77, guys. It's how many of these would you have to sell? Like, let's say, for example, you wanted to sell your mini offer for $47. Well, you only need to sell 2 to make back your money. Or if you wanted to sell for $37, right? So do the math. It takes almost nothing from a sales perspective to make your money back, which was my goal. My focus is actually 2 goals. 1, to get you out with a mini offer as quickly as possible, and 2, generating revenue as quickly as possible. So let me see if we got any questions. So we've got, can you use this formula to create more PDF products after the class is over? Yes, it's very formulaic. So once you've done it once, you can do it again. Absolutely. So Paul is saying, will it be 7 consecutive days? Yes, it's going to be 7 consecutive days, Paul. But obviously the content will be available to you at any given time. And man, sales are already coming in, guys. My phone is dinging. So 1, thank you for your confidence in me. But this is what I'm saying, guys. This stuff works. All right. Let's see what other questions we might have here. So Kathy's asking about we're using StreamYard. Thanks, Kathy. So Deborah, I'm telling you, girl, if you can use a Google Doc or a Word doc, this is for you. This is not uber techie. It is designed specifically for someone who struggles to put all the pieces and parts together. We're going to take a simple formula, and we're going to insert it into and insert that knowledge base, whatever it is, however you're going to deliver it, into a PDF, and voila! And we're going to make it pretty. We're going to make it pretty. All right. Let's see. Let me see. Is part of the class suggestions that we should try to sell? Yeah, obviously we don't, the whole intent of doing one of these is so that you can sell the PDF or the piece of knowledge, or whatever it is that you craft. If it's a calendar, if it's there's all kinds of ideas, but if it's some sort of a template-based piece of content, we want to get it out there so that you can sell it. And then we have a question, how many pages do you recommend a mini course should be? That's going to be totally dependent on what the content is. Great question though, Shelley. The key to it all is this. It needs to solve one core problem. So how much content does it take to solve one core problem? Okay, so question, what time of the day are the 7 classes? We will probably go with an 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time block. Again, if you can't make those times live and in person, the content's going to be recorded. We are very dedicated to being in the group, so we'll be in the group consistently, not just myself and my team. I'm sorry, not just myself, but my team as well, so that we make sure that we are answering questions. And Beth is saying, absolutely, Beth. Just send me a message in my direct messages. Happy to answer any of your questions privately. Yes, Deborah says, yes, Google Docs work for me. Yeah. And will the classes have replays? Yes, Cindy, they sure will. And Bill says, I have many long form PDFs about crowdfunding. How long should a mini course be to make it? Okay. And that goes back to, I did answer this just a moment ago, Bill, which is, it depends. It needs to solve one core problem. That's kind of my rule of thumb out the gate first. So, if you have a lot of PDFs around crowdfunding, they may be too in depth. So you may have to pull, you may have one core problem in that content that you can pull out and make it a standalone PDF. But we can definitely dig into that a little bit more. So Anna's saying, I know how to make a PDF and how to make it look great. Does the class more than just aesthetics, like what to include in it? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this is, we go over the, how to name your how to figure out what your offer is going to be. That's first, after we go over the formula. And then, what your offer is going to be, how to name it, how to make it look good, all of your visual components to market it as well. And so it's not just as, you might need an ebook cover, for example, or some other things. So this is more robust than, just, hey, let's create a PDF and make it look pretty. Can you summarize for us, jumping in on what you're talking about today? Yes, Kristen. So basically what I've talked about today, Kristen, is a brand new small offer that I'm putting out into the world, one to help with the struggle that I see a lot of people in right now, which is decreased revenue streams due to the coronavirus. And I've seen this struggle, frankly, even before this. So many people struggle to package their knowledge and sell it. So my focus is to, one, help in a time of need, two, to make it as simple as possible to create a piece of content that you can sell. And if you can do a PDF, then you can profit from it, essentially. But I'm selling a small 7-day course, or offering up a 7-day challenge, if you will, that is going to help you pull a concept together, name it, make it pretty, and get it ready to sell. Thank you, Anne. She says, okay, stop offering products because I want everything you sell. She says she's in. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to working with you. And Rita, yes, sorry. Rita's asking if I have lots of PDF examples. I could point to example after example after example. We have tons of examples internally. The key is going to be working with each of you guys to figure out, one, if you have something already in existence that you can quickly turn. And then if you don't, what do you have that you can create quickly? That will be the biggest focus out the gate. And then again, going back to how do you structure the content? The Elizabeth saying, Our live class is starting at a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, it'll be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Elizabeth. And that will start on Thursday morning. So Thursday morning at 11 a.m., we will start the very first course. And again, these will be recorded, so you can always tune in later if you miss one. All right. So the benefits that you get is, let me back up for a second. Let me go back. Let me get back over here. Let me share what is in the box, if you will. Let me pull this back up here. So it is 7 days of hands-on work. So it'll be a live hands-on workshop with me and my team. So that's the core of it. Now, this is how we broke it down. The first day, we're going over the PDF to profit formula, because there is some key elements that you can repeat over and over again, guys. We're going to talk about defining your offer and naming it, because it does need a snazzy name. Then we're going to plan out your offer. What's the content going to look like? Then we're going to, day 4, we're going to do it. We're going to work on creating the offer, again, in a Google Doc or a Word doc of some sort. I recommend doing a Google Doc because it's just super easy. And you can always, even a Word document or a Google Doc, you can save those to a PDF format, right? And then we're going to focus on how do we make it pretty and how do you market it, will be day 6. And then day 7, we're going to be taking a look at some of your results and seeing if this is the final iteration, or do you need to, circle back and refine it a little bit. And then, we are also going to have some checklists and some worksheets. Not a bunch of that, because my focus is, again, to get you guys to the money as quickly as possible. We're also going to do a Facebook group where you will have the support of myself and my team, but you'll also have the support of each other. And you will see other people's ideas and you'll be able to brainstorm with one another. There is no substitute for that community, which I'm super excited, always super excited about that, because one idea, it always builds on another, and you come out on the other side with a much richer focus. Let's see. Oh, girl. Kristen says she's worried she won't have anything to sell. You do have something to sell. Everybody does. That's the beautiful part about knowledge. We all have something that someone else is willing to pay for, guys. Some knowledge base that someone else is willing to pay for. So I frequently use this example. My friend, Russell Brunson, when he first started, he was selling a PDF ebook of instructions on how to make a potato gun. He made over $1 million, guys, selling an ebook on how to create or how to make a potato gun. So I'm just saying, all of us have something that someone else would love to shortcut their learning curve and would pay for it. Thank you. So Darren's saying, I started following Kim, her trainings and buying her courses years ago. She has helped me big time. Thank you. It is an investment. It's not a huge one though. And that, again, that's my intention is, how do I give value, major value at a rock bottom price, and get you guys making money as quickly as possible. All right. All right. So I'm hoping I see my phone's been dinging. So I know some of you guys have taken me up on my offer, and I can't wait to work with you all. Like I say, we'll start Thursday morning at 11 a.m. And there is so many great ideas, guys. I'm telling you, there is the key to all of this is taking one idea that solves one core problem, packaging it into an offer, and putting it out into the world. So it really only takes 2 things to make money in whether online or offline. So y'all lean in because this is important. Only 2 core things. And most people get really stressed over all the pieces because you think there are. But at the root of it, if you don't have these 2 things, none of the rest of it is going to matter. You have to create an offer, which is what we're doing right here. You have to create an offer that someone wants, and then you have to put it in front of the right someone's. Boom. So an offer and traffic. All right. So another question here. Ethel says, do you get this for a lifetime? Lifetime? Oh, a lifetime. Oh, my apologies, Ethel. It took me a moment for me to catch that. Yes, this will be the content that's created during the 7-day challenge will be available to anybody who purchases. And unfortunately, yes, Patty, I couldn't figure out how to move this forward. Now, one thing that the way I have it structured right now is that it'll be every day. But what we could do based on who decides to take me up on this offer is we could vote. And we may need to do that. I'm totally open to that. Voting to shut down on Saturday and Sunday. That might give us a little more time to create the pieces that we're, to brainstorm and think things through. So I'm open to voting and seeing if everybody wants to take a Saturday and Sunday off. Again, my focus really was to do this as quickly as possible, so I can get people making money as quickly as possible because a lot of people are hurting. All right. All right, guys. Well, I'm so excited. I know I'm going to be working with some of you guys. This is definitely my jam. My passion is helping people make more money in the online space. So I can't wait to work with you guys. Thank you for being with me today and spending some of your valuable time with me. It's always an honor to have you with me. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care and God bless.